The latest entry in the Evil Dead franchise opens on a familiar image, inverted for this new chapter. Instead of a dilapidated cabin in the middle of an overgrown forest, there is an A-frame in a green meadow, straight out of Midsummer's idyllic Swedish countryside. Nestled snugly against the lake, the cabin's occupants have yet to come across the horrors of the Necronomicon. The opening scene is a microcosm of Evil Dead Rise itself, a nasty movie that cleverly subverts franchise tropes for a grisly and bitterly hysterical riff on motherhood in horror and the mythology that began with Sam Raimi's 1981 cult classic. While it doesn't quite reach the horrific heights of the 2013 remake, it rips through other splatterfests with the finesse of a freshly whetted chainsaw blade. In this video, I want us to review the new Evil Dead movie and see if it rises to the occasion. See what I did there? But before Ash comes at me with a chainsaw for that joke, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to Firthy's Feedback. So, Evil Dead Rise opts for the urban landscape of Los Angeles this time around, foregoing foreboding forests for a claustrophobic and run-down high-rise apartment building. Beth, a guitar technician who has just returned from touring abroad, visits her sister Ellie on a rainy night. After an earthquake strikes and unearths some long-buried artifacts, the family, which also includes Ellie's 3 children, Danny, Bridget and Cassie, are trapped on the top floor of the building as something sinister takes hold. The decision to set Evil Dead Rise in a city reveals its benefits immediately, as director Lee Cronin's camera swoops, swings and rushes over cracked concrete into subterranean basements and up the elevator shaft to Ellie's apartment. The director nods to the movement in Raimi's original while showing off the ways the cityscape gives way to new horrors. There are plenty of references to the original film and the genre itself, including one excellent Nightmare on Elm Street joke that shows Cronin's respect for the genre. Conversely, there are clever updates that arguably make some rather problematic aspects of the franchise even better, including the demonic tree and a particularly foul deadite that is sure to result in plenty of nightmares. What makes Evil Dead Rise work though is the family at the centre. Sullivan and Sutherland are perfect casting as semi-estranged sisters reuniting over one terrible night. That the reunion is short-lived makes it all the more heartbreaking. Evil Dead Rise takes its time in setting up what's to come, lagging a little as it establishes what's at stake. Still, the sisters and the rest of the cast create a clear family dynamic that makes it even more sad when you remember what's about to occur. The film is also populated with side characters that live on Ellie's floor, more fodder for the Deadites, and while it's tragic what unfolds, Evil Dead Rise remembers what made the original a classic. The 2013 Evil Dead, which was dubbed as a reimagining of Raimi's classic, retained the spine-chilling gore, but it lacked humour, trading laughs for grotesque cruelty. Evil Dead Rise, which was also written by Cronin, brings back the absurdity in spades while retaining the grimy aesthetic established by the 2013 film. While Evil Dead felt like a bloated corpse in the best way, Evil Dead Rise feels like a recently revived Deadite with a razor-sharp tongue, not to be confused with the razor that Jane Levy cuts her tongue on in the 2013 movie. From violent visual gags to perfect comedic timing from Rise's young cast, the film is often laugh-out-loud hilarious between bouts of horrific maiming and terror. Evil Dead Rise also opens the door for even more Deadite horror, and it will certainly leave audiences salivating for more. It retains a fine balance between abject horror and acidic humour, even if it leaves a little to be desired by the end. That it lacks the punch of its predecessor or the cult classic feel of the original, doesn't really matter. Evil Dead Rise shows the way a franchise like this, over 4 decades old at this point, can be taken to exciting new heights. What do you guys think? Do you feel the comedy element of Evil Dead is back in this one? Or did you prefer the 2013 remake? Let me know below.